Ladies and gentlemen, we are going explosive today. I've been AFKing here at our beautiful creeper farm. Unfortunately, it is one of the worst creeper farms I've ever made in my Minecraft career. And let's see how much it's made me. I've been AFK here for about 20-30 minutes. Oh, okay, actually pretty good. But today we're having an explosive start. Let's go craft some TNT because we're going to do a little bit of terraforming. So over here, I should already have a nice bit of TNT. And then we'll grab some sand and we'll craft up about a stack. Yes. So last time we made this beautiful waterfall over here, which thank you guys all so much for the support on the waterfall. I am actually super in love with how this turned out. So our plan is to continue the waterfall and make a nice river flowing along the edge of this of the mountain right here, leading all the way over to Fishtown, which is right over there. You can't quite see it, but let's get exploding here. I'm gonna rig up some TNT and we'll get ready to blow it up. All right, here we are at the blast site. Piggy, you need to watch your back, all right? It's gonna be dangerous here. Stay behind the glass. All right, I got my headphones on to make sure we don't blow out our eardrums. Let's hope we have a safe and controlled demolition. Godspeed. Nice, very controlled. One at a time. All right. It seems like we need to continue that. Perfect. All right. No technical difficulties. None whatsoever. Oh, this one's getting spicy. Oh, no. It didn't reach that one. All right, sure. It's a little scuffed, okay? But this is the easy way of terraforming that no one has taught you. Beautiful. What actually such a well-controlled explosion. I actually quite like the shape of this river, too. We'll have to do a lot of cleanup along the sides and make sure everything works all together here. Excuse me. But generally, this is a good shape for a river. Oh my gosh. Big shout out to Etho for doing this first, using TNT to kind of carve out a river. I really like how this kind of shaped out and it has a nice, width to it and everything as well. And we're going to start terraforming, I guess. So first we'll clean it up, make sure we get the shape that we want. And then we'll go through and try to, make it look real nice. Add in some trees, add in some nice boulders, and get the water flowing nice and smooth all the way down to Fishtown. All right, guys, our river has been cleared out, looking nice and smooth. I'm liking... Oh, I don't have my lights on. Generally, I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's a nice, narrow river kind of coming through. There's some spots where it changes in size, kind of around some corners. And we have some markers here with these red wools where I want to put little tiny boulders, very similar to these guys up here for the waterfall, just to kind of continue this, this theme, I guess you will. Kind of throughout the river, and it'll also help guide how the river flows throughout here. So when we add in these big boulders, we're assuming that the water is kind of going around the boulder and it's like redirecting the current. So usually when we have one of these boulders, we want the other opposite side of it to be a little bit more, I guess like, this is a bad example. Here, this is a better example right here. So we have this as a boulder right here, imagine. And because the water is being redirected, a little bit more water is going to go up over here. So it's going to kind of make this side of the river a little bit more smooth of an incline. So the water kind of like swooshes up this way. So a little bit more shape to it. I don't think the water is going to be like nearly that high. I think it'll be fairly shallow. I think also as we go through the river, there'll be moments where we kind of dip down in our water level. And every time we do that, I think we'll kind of layer it with some glass, kind of similar to the waterfall, and add in some of those white froths and everything, especially when we get over towards this section here where we actually are going down a lot more, like right around here, and especially right here where it's a lot more cascading downwards. So I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to do the flooding of this river most efficiently. And typically you would think you'd do it with a bucket of water. And that's what I was thinking about at first. But I think it's going to be easier if we go to a glacier biome and we mine out a bunch of ice. And then we can place the ice, break the ice, and it'll help fill in the river a little bit faster because I don't have to worry about cycling through buckets and everything. So let's go out to the local glacier biome, I guess. And let's go grab a bunch of ice, a whole bucket of ice. Alright, I have collected all of the ice I need right here. Hopefully this is enough. I should have gone a full shulker now I think about it, but it do be what it be. But before we get to placing all of our ice, I think it's gonna be worth making some boulders here. And I'm also thinking it might be cool to have some variety of these boulders and maybe using some of these whiter, lighter textures as like their own individual little boulders that we can do just for a little bit of extra variety. Well, we'll mess around with that a little bit, but let's get started on some bouldering. Alright guys, the river is complete and it's looking pretty good, but I'll be completely honest with you guys. I did not have the best time working on this river. I thought it was quite boring and I didn't get very much satisfaction out of it. So I think the best way, and this goes for any other project too that I work on, or even some advice for you guys too, but whenever I work on a really boring project like this, I like to do stuff around the project. So I mean, in this case it's terraforming. So I want to do some more terraforming and maybe we add in some crop fields. And I think right here on this little tiny mound, we could put a really cool tree kind of hanging over the river a bit, maybe giving a little bit more character to this area. And I think that's like a generally good direction to go with it. And then we can add in some crop fields. I've been wanting to add a crop field kind of hugging up against this little mound we built a few episodes ago when we built this little house on the hill. If we hop into Cheetah Cam here, we can see some of the terrain and it's generally pretty good for these crop fields. I like this area right here, but we're gonna have to clean up this a bit here. It, you know, the terrain right now, it kind of dips down into this little weird spot that isn't really necessary. So we might have to smooth some of this out and we'll end up covering some of this terraforming here, but I think that's okay. We'll probably have the crop fields go pretty far out, maybe about to where this tree is. And if you're wondering why there's a bullseye on that tree, it's because I was trying earlier to get the achievement for bullseye, which is to shoot a bullseye in the middle of the middle of a target block from 30 blocks away. Hold on, let's do some attempts at it real quick, just because why the freak not? Okay, you're telling me none of those were a bullseye? What? I need analysis. You're telling me that arrow right there is not a bullseye? Okay, sure, but it's on the red freaking dot. Give me, okay, let's freaking do it again. Are you for freaking serious? Okay, this is stupid. And before anyone comments, oh, you should just do the cheaty method. No, I won't use the cheaty method. All right, that's besides the point though. Let's get freaking building, all right, instead of redstoning or achievement hunting. And let's get a tree in and some nice crop fields. Ooh, a wandering villager. Hello, sir. What do you have to offer me today? Anyways, we have finished our beautiful little tree right there and our crop fields. I am very happy with how this has turned out. This feels so much more full over here. It's kind of working our way towards Fish Town. I love these crop fields just so much. It makes the area just feel so much more alive and like used up. And I ended up adding in this little trail kind of connecting up to the tree here, which I thought would be kind of a nice path to continue, maybe along here. Maybe it curves back in towards over this path right there, kind of near that tent. But the path cuts off right now just because I want to, you know, kind of plan out this area a bit more too. And then the path, if you go towards the right, or maybe left, whatever, this way, it goes right underneath the tree, which is quite a nice little viewing angle. And it connects right back up towards the ranch right here, which I am just... I like this little trail here, just kind of connecting some things up and making the whole area feel a little bit more alive, and like people would actually kind of take that little shortcut around the whole area. But I'm very pleased with the progress we've done today. I know it's kind of menial stuff and a lot of it doesn't really matter. Like this river doesn't necessarily matter, but I like it for the world building. You know, this river is the reason why there's a whole river that continues out and goes out into the rest of the world. It's all from this ice cap right back over here from our glass waterfall. And I love this tree here. This tree is so freaking sick. I had so much fun designing this. I wanted to kind of branch out. Pun not intended, but intended now. And I just wanted to try a little bit of a different style. I saw this tree way back when, and I've just seen it around. I don't really know what kind of tree it is. I was just going on Google Maps, going off of a reference location I knew where this type of tree was. It's a very bushy tree with like the branches kind of starting from the very base of it. So that was a bit of a challenge. And but I had a lot of fun designing it. There's a lot of glass in here too, to really help these walls get their proper shape, which I think looks so freaking epic. And also went with a bit more of like a denser look with the leaves, kind of similar to like the birch trees over yonder in the birch forest. But I just absolutely am in love with the silhouette that we've created here. Now, a lot of the stuff that we worked on today, you can't really see because this hill blocks it, the trees block it, the big tree blocks it, the house blocks it. You can kind of see our fancy new tree right over there. But this is a lot of stuff that you don't really see from the Italian village, which is like my main viewing angle. We can check the art museum angle because why the freak not? And okay, we can see a little bit more. We can see the crop fields over there and over there. I'm just excited to have a lot more wheat and just crop fields in general. And I'm really excited to see the map update from episode 40 to episode 50 because episode 50 is our next episode. And I'm very excited to just kind of get to episode 50. It's such a big landmark. Now, while we're here at the art museum, I did end up adding a few more pieces of art. Please keep the art submissions coming in for the art museum here, because look at all this beautiful art. I am so freaking flabbergasted with how sick this is. Look at this one. This one is so cool. It's me in the Colosseum fighting the Wither. So dope. And I love this little rendition of, I actually don't remember what this is a reference to, but I've seen this before, you know? And I just, the art is so cool, so please keep them coming. Join the Discord if you want to submit any freaking epic art. Look at this one too. This one's by Cass, and it's a little bit more of a detailed rendition of these statues at each end of the wings in the art museum. Oh, just so freaking cool. All right, Phoebo, I think it's time we end the episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Of course, if you liked the video, like the video. If you liked me, subscribe. And if you really liked me, consider joining as a member. Big shout out to all the Barcer Pluses on the left side of the screen. Thank you all for supporting. And if you want to join them on the left, you can join as a channel member. Make sure you join as a Barcer Plus. All right, y'all, that's going to do it. Bye.